Kiti shot about 18 times a game, and the other guy shot 35 times. It's pretty amazing what he's done.
I still haven't grasped the fact that I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Very pleased to have been able to coach him.
First, I'd like to thank everyone involved in this. The Hall of Fame committee, thank you so much for voting me in, whoever's involved in that. Thank you. Coach Miles, thank you for everything. Thank you for taking a shot at me. We'll talk about that one later. All the assistant coaches, all the teammates I had here, you're a large part of this because you helped me develop into who I became. I'd like to thank Bobby Thompson. I know he's here somewhere. Back then, he was the SID, Sports Information Director. He was also out there putting our name out there, and I think that's what helped me become that All-American guy. I'd like to thank my friend, family almost, Greg Vega, and his wife, Sue. They made the trip out here with us. He's really been a mentor for me, and I hope you never need his services, but Greg Vega is one of the top attorneys, not just in California, but in the U.S., and he was under the Bill Clinton administration as one of our attorneys. So thank you, Greg. My wife, Shada, my oldest daughter, Celine, my twins, Connor and Chloe, thank you for being here. I don't know what I've done to be so lucky to have a family like you. You're looking at someone who was born in Baghdad, Iraq. I've been here for over 50 years. Yes, I'm in my mid-50s. I've been here for over 50 years, and the story is something you probably would see in a movie. My mom, we had four boys, 2 girls, and my mom, in the middle of the night, woke me up and took me and my family. We had a car waiting for us, and we fled, and the first country that took us was Jordan. Ironically enough, Jordan, basketball player, I don't know how that worked out. But we fled, and we said goodnight to my dad, because he had to stay behind and sell the family businesses and take care of things. While we were in Jordan, we had to be there for 6 months till all our American documents and passports were available for us to come across. That was the last night we ever saw our dad. So that was sad, but it really helped us become who we were, having to be independent. When we fled and we made it to America, it was like 6 months later. I had no idea what I was doing here, didn't speak the language, didn't know what basketball was, didn't know what anything was. And it was, as a few years went by, I went to my mom and I said, Mom, why did we do all this? We came to a country, we don't even speak the language or anything. And I'll never forget this, tears started coming down her eyes. And she said, son, if I didn't do that, Saddam Hussein would have taken all 4 boys and put them in the war that was starting with Iran. I'm like, what was he going to do with me? I was barely a baby that could walk. And she said, son, what he would have done was taken kids like you and walked them all across those fields. And if any of them exploded with those grenades, he wouldn't have sent the military that way. And from that moment, I was indebted to my mom for the rest of my life. So that's who I was, that's who I became. And we ended up in San Diego, like I said earlier, and it was my mom and 2 sisters in one room, myself and my 3 brothers in another room. I'm 7 years younger than the nearest brother. So yes, I was the mistake child, if any of you want to say that. But that's just how we started as a family. Everybody just worked and worked just to get ahead in America. Today, we're so blessed that we all have beautiful homes, we all have children, and we have grandchildren. My mom, unfortunately, passed away a couple years ago, but she left behind 17 grandkids and 7 great-grandkids that she was able to see and give some hugs to. So thank you, Mom. Basketball. I know I'm here for basketball. So my journey in basketball was probably different than many others. I never played the game outside of PE classes that I had to do. And for those elderlies like me, we had boys clubs back in the day. So we played basketball at boys clubs only. And so I played in the gym, played boys club, and that was it. I just had fun. I played other sports. And then my family we're in the grocery liquor store business. When I started to get to high school, that summer between 8th and 9th grade, they forced me to come to work with them. And the work we had was a pretty rough neighborhood, a lot of gangs, a lot of shootings, and but they made me go to work, so they didn't want me to sit at home all day. So while I was there, I had some kids coming in and out of the store, and they had a basketball, and one of the kids says, "Hey, we need one more, come play with us." And there was a junior high right across the street. I said, "Sure, I'd love to play." So I went out, my brothers let me go play, just started playing, playing, as we call it, street ball, just running up and down the court playing. No coaching, nothing. I think that's probably how I got what I got, was from that. And then got to high school, doing PE again, and the PE coach says, "Hey, why don't you try out for basketball?" I said, "Okay, sure." And I made the freshman team. And that, as they say, is when the passion kicked in. I was playing at every opportunity I could get. I would dribble a basketball in the dark in the garage. I would just go shoot hoops anywhere. I was a big Laker fan, watching Magic Johnson play. That's what I wanted to be when I grew up. And so I just played and played and played, and I loved it. By the time I got to my senior year, I had numerous college scholarships available, and I'll backtrack a little bit. Those of you that know baseball, Tony Clark and I were best friends. We grew up together. We went to the same high school together. He played 15 years of Major League Baseball, and he's currently the players rep for all of Major League Baseball. So, but he and I grew up and we just played together. And by the time my senior year came around, I had numerous scholarships available. And right towards the end of the basketball season, out of nowhere, I got a collapsed lung. Didn't know where it came from, just happened. And I was out for like 3 weeks, came back for the playoffs, and first round, second round, we made it all the way to the semis, and I realized something was wrong again. I'm like, oh boy, here, it was another collapsed lung. So I got 2 collapsed lungs. And this was back in 88, 89. So went to the doctor again, and I had to have surgery this time, and I thought my basketball career was over. So stopped playing, all the potential scholarships went away because nobody wanted to take a chance on you at that moment, and didn't do anything. And then summer comes around, this was 6, 7 months later, and the Grossmont Junior College coach comes knocking on my door. He goes, "Hey, just come play." I'm like, "God, I don't want to." I was scared for my life. And he's like, "Just come out and play, just come out and play." I'm like, okay. So I went out and played, and I could still play a little bit. I was like, okay. And then tried out for the team, made it. 2 years later, I was getting some more offers and opportunities. I was like, okay. And then I got this phone call and a letter. It was a letter, actually. And Oregon. Okay, Oregon Tech? That sounds good. What's going on here? Coach has been there for 20 years. Impressive. Because other coaches were coming and going, fired. And at the time, he only had 400 wins at the time. Coach only had 400 wins. So I was like, that's pretty impressive too. 400 wins, not bad. So, and what really stood out for me was that Coach had sent numerous players overseas. And I was like, okay, he had guys in Germany and Australia and all these other countries. I said, you know what, I really liked it, loved Oregon. So we committed, obviously, and I'll never forget this, and I'm gonna go off track a little bit, but it happened yesterday with my family. When I got here, I remember getting out of the car and it was just like, the air was cleaner. The trees were so amazing. They had different colors on the leaves, and everything else were all just different. It was like, wow, it was surreal. And then everywhere we got to eat, and people were just nice. From San Diego, a big city, they're not that nice. And yesterday, my kids were saying the same thing. They're like, "Dad, the air is just beautiful here. Like, we can actually breathe." I'm like, "Yeah." And, we're next to LA and San Diego, so we don't get much. We felt like that's exactly how I felt. And same thing with the academic part, Oregon Institute of Technology. That just sounded good. I was impressed with that. That went really well. And then after the 2 years here, I was fortunate enough, well, let me go back. I was going to say it, but thank you for repeating that. My first game here, I really wanted to impress Coach and the program. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I was like, wow, let's just go out and play. And I don't even know how I put up 44 points, but I guess I did. And it was one of those days. I really loved it. After that, I was able to go to Germany for a while. And from Germany, I was there for a few months and I really messed up my knee. And that was my career ending. Unfortunately, that was my career ender. Moved back to San Diego, and I'll fast forward a little bit. We met my wife over at a mortgage company that we both worked at. Did that for many years, and then the mortgage industry went down. And then after that, we had some of our money that we had saved, and we purchased we purchased a restaurant, built it to 6 restaurants, and had a grocery store. So we were doing well with that, and then COVID hits. So after COVID, thankfully I was able to sell all the restaurants, and currently have the grocery store, and just trying to be a family guy now, and love that. I'd like to backtrack a little bit and thank all my teammates for everything you guys did for me. I forgot to say that, but thank you guys. Thank you, everyone. One last story I'll tell you, and my family didn't want me to say this, but I want to share it because I'm here to help anybody that may need this. It was July of 2019. Woke up one morning, typical summer morning in San Diego. Everything was beautiful, and just wasn't feeling right. And I'll cut it short. Ended up going to the doctors, doing a bunch of tests and everything, and I was diagnosed with a terminal disease in my brain. It was a very bad one, and I was only given 1 to 3 years to live. That was 6 years ago today. Sorry, family. It was a great tumor, and I was doing an MRI every 3 months for the first 5 years, and now I'm told I could do one a year, but I'm doing it every 6 months instead of once a year. That way, if it grows back, I'm gonna kick it, you know what, again. I was recently told by the doctor, and this is why I'm the luckiest man in the world, that it will never grow back again. After 5, 6 years, it never grows back. So I don't want to end it on a sad note. It's a good thing because here I am. I'm not going anywhere. I want to thank Oregon Tech, everyone here, because you made me the first in 3 things in life that no one can take away. The first thing is you made me the first team All-American in this amazing program. And you see in the gym how amazing the program is and with everyone here today. The other thing Oregon Tech really helped me do is become the first college graduate in my family. Today I have 32 nieces and nephews and cousins, and we have doctors, we have nurses, we have CPAs, we have everything, thanks to this beautiful country. Finally, I told you earlier, I'm an Iraqi-born person, and this school made me the first Chaldean Hall of Famer in any college in the United States. Thank you, Oregon Tech.
It is a pleasure and an honor to be here today with a dear friend, Rafid Kiti, to celebrate with him his induction into the Oregon Tech Hall of Fame. He is an honorable man, he is a hard worker, he is a great parent, and I am here today with his family because this will be a day that he will never forget. And my wife and I want to celebrate with the Kiti family on this great achievement that Rafid accomplished.
Including 13 straight games with at least 20 points. Over 30 years later, Kiti still holds the number 4 and number 6 all-time single-season scoring averages in OIT history. And he's
My dad is my best friend. He's my biggest inspiration in basketball. You know, I work every single day just trying to be half as good as a man that he is. just being able to learn from him and everything that he's taught me, I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed. You know, it means everything. Growing up here and so many stories about him coming here, and just to be here to honor him, all of his hard work that he's done over these 2 years here, it's an honor. Love meeting all these amazing people up here in Klamath Falls. Wanting to continue to grow these relationships with the coaches and with everyone up here, and it's been a great time, honestly.